Hello, people. I know times are hard, things are challenging, and as I was having a conversation some days ago, I got talking and sharing the story of Joseph, and I just thought that this was a very beautiful time to share his story. And the story of Joseph is one that is applicable, peace be upon him, applicable to all, because it's a story that is shared both in the Quran and in the Bible. And a lot of times when I find that life is really lifing, I find myself going back to read the story of Joseph, and I usually find strength, and I hope you find it too. So let's just do a quick dive into the story of Joseph and pick out a couple of lessons that we could use in this season of our lives. So Joseph, as you know, was a son of a prophet, Jacob, and he had a dream, and then in his dream he saw that he was being bowed down to by the everything, and he goes to go and tell his father, see, I saw this thing bowing down. His father tells him, don't go and tell people. But you know hear what? He went to go and tell Fiam, went to go and tell his brothers. They heard, they say, okay, that's what it is, Abi. Okay, now Fiam, they throw him inside the well. That's okay, we'll see how you're going to achieve your story in that place. How they will bow down to you in that place. And then he's picked up by people who sell him for a paltry sum. And I want you to notice paltry sum. And then, he gets to the house of the person who is, taking care of him, or the person he's serving, and he's loved by that person. He rises up to being, highly placed in that family. And then the wife of his master decides to get intimate with him, and he refuses. Wow. So there are still young men that know that people can reject, things that are not theirs. Okay. But that was Joseph, peace be upon him. He rejects it. And then, guess what? He is thrown in prison by virtue of the fact that he did not allow, she lies against him. Women. They say that women are the root of all evil. Sometimes it is true. Because in this story, the same person that was trying to force herself on him is still the same person who rushes to tell her husband that, can you imagine, Joseph wanted to have his way with me. How evil can that be? And so sometimes you'll be betrayed by the people who are hurting you. And that does not mean that, they are right. It just means that you have to rise above it. Joseph says that he would rather be in prison than be left to, commit indecency. Is this you? Or are you that person who keeps giving yourself excuses on why you keep doing wrong things in the name of, I cannot help myself? And so guess what? Joseph is thrown in prison. And even in prison, Joseph turns out to be the head of those prisoners. And what that tells you is that your excellence cannot be hidden. Whether you are in the land, you are in the sea, or in the dungeon. And so his excellence shows up, and he, in his kindness and love, was able to support his fellow prisoners, and he, with his gift, was able to interpret dreams. And then one of the people whose dreams he interpreted goes on to tell his master about Joseph later on. And I love the ending, because I love the fact that the time that Joseph became a king was the time when there was famine. Who told you that the famine in the land is not an opportunity for you to become a king? Who told you that this inflation is not going to give you the opportunity to live out your dream? A lot of the time we think that our success is dependent on just our work. But I'm here to tell you that we grow by grace, that the grace of God is what we are all benefiting from. And if only we give ourselves the permission to lean into that grace, we will be able to find fruits in every season of life. Just like Mary, peace be upon her. Just like Joseph, peace be upon him. I want you to understand that there are opportunities for us in every room. Sometimes it might just be that, cleaner that you helped. It might just be that driver you were kind to. It might just be that attendant at the fuel station. Just be a good human being in any space, in any condition. And sometimes we give the diamond to the peasant. You do not expect a peasant to know what to do with a diamond. You know why? Because it just looks like a stone to him. And that was the story of Joseph. His brothers did not know the quality of his gift. And sometimes your family is not your family. And that is fine as well. But just know that if you are true to yourself, if you are true to your talent, and if you keep excelling in the things that you do, that God will help you excel no matter the plot, no matter the plans, no matter how bad things are. And so even in this season of our lives, and even as things are really tough for so many families, I want you to be very careful and intentional about the things you say, because for you to get expected outcomes, it is important that you plant the right seed, which is your internal representation, that you plant it in a soil that is fertile, which is your internal conditioning, and that is what gives you the kind of outcome and success that you expect. If you're struggling and you have found benefits in this story, please do share. My name is Aisha Adams, and I am committed to seeing you excel at your highest level. Take care of yourself. Share with someone today.